Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we are doing something a little different, highly unconventional maybe. We're taking a deep look at, well, human behavior, high-stakes romance, emotional armor, all drawn from this one source.
Right, a contemporary romance novel excerpt, Mad Enough to Marry. We're using it as, like, a case study.
Exactly. The idea is to skip the dry theory and just find those fundamental psychological dynamics, what makes people tick,
Yeah.
especially when it comes to defensiveness.
Yeah, it's like trauma mapping, but using a story. Our mission here is to pull out the surprising universal insights from this very specific fictional world, Strawberry Bay, California.
Which sounds nice, but the sources say it's dealing with, well, earthquakes, armed robberies.
And now a scandal, right? So it's this high drama setting we're using to get at deep character conflict and how it gets resolved.
It's funny, too, the author apparently lives this quiet life in Southern California, wrangling turtles and crickets, the notes say.
Yeah, it's quite the contrast.
That contrast itself feels relevant, doesn't it? The sort of mundane reality versus the intense internal drama. That's kind of what we're diving into.
Absolutely. So let's set the scene. Strawberry Bay's annual Mayfair, big community fundraiser, apparently a success.
Except for one booth.
Yep.
One notorious booth.
And that's where we meet Elena O'Brien, the heroine.
The sources paint quite a picture. Staggeringly beautiful, midnight hair, sapphire eyes.
Big butt. She's known as the Frost Queen.
Right. Not just cold, but actively hiss and spit towards men. That's a specific choice of words.
It is. It suggests an active defense, not just shyness. It's a wall she's built.
And you start to see why when you look at her life. This woman is, wow, she's tireless. 2 jobs.
Yeah.
Running the admissions office at the community college.
And taking that college course, 21st Century Womanhood.
Oh, yeah, the one with the egg babies, Fred and Wilma. She's doing this single-parent experience project.
That detail, the eggs, it's symbolic, isn't it? The exhaustion, the 2 jobs, plus this symbolic emotional labor.
What do you think that points to?
It really highlights this idea of maybe weaponized independence. Like if she works hard enough, is capable enough, totally self-sufficient.
Then she can't be hurt, can't be abandoned.
Exactly. Capability becomes her armor, her shield.
Okay, so that's Elena. Then we have the hero, Logan Chase.
And he's all about a different kind of rebellion, isn't he?
Totally. He had it made, Stanford MBA, VP at Chase Electronics, his family's company, the town's biggest employer.
But he walked, quit.
Yeah, to do what he actually loves, renovating old houses. Victorians, California bungalows.
Which, naturally, his father thinks is a terrible idea. Predicts he'll fail. It's that classic rejection of expectation.
So Logan's breaking free from other people's definitions of success.
While Elena's trying to build a fortress of self-sufficiency to avoid vulnerability, different strategies, same route maybe, avoiding pain.
And they collide at that infamous booth. Logan hears someone say basically all the men in town are scared of the woman running it.
Right. 3/4 are afraid of her, the other quarter are afraid of their wives.
Which tells you everything you need to know about Elena's reputation.
And the booth. It's the senior prom's kissing booth. And it's bombing. Hard.
Total flop. A public scandal, the source calls it. Empty fishbowl, no customers.
So Logan steps up. He feels pressured maybe, but he goes over.
And he doesn't just buy a kiss. He drops a $1,000 bill into that empty fishbowl. A Grover Cleveland.
Whoa. Okay. That escalates things.
Instantly. It's not just a donation anymore. It's a statement. It's personal.
And that amount, that gesture, it just rips open this old wound, doesn't it? The source explains this goes back 11 years.
To the senior prom. Her senior prom. She was 16, new in town.
And Logan stood her up.
Yeah. Left her waiting. And her takeaway, the story she told herself for over a decade.
Was that she wasn't good enough for him, his world, his family, all of that.
That's the core belief that fueled the Frost Queen persona, right? Protect yourself from ever feeling not good enough again.
Exactly. But here's the twist. The source gives us Logan's side. And it's completely different.
It wasn't about her status at all, was it?
Not even close. The reason he missed the prom. He was ambushed by his father and the president of Whitford College.
For that meeting, the one about his major.
Yes. The high-stakes negotiation to let him study industrial arts instead of business. It was purely practical, non-romantic.
So why didn't he call her afterwards? That seems like the crucial failure.
And that's where the real psychology comes in. He admits it. He didn't call because, well, his words were, she was too young for me, for the way she made me feel. He was overwhelmed. The intensity of his attraction, his feelings for her, It terrified him. He couldn't handle it.
So he avoided her not out of indifference or superiority.
But out of intense, possibly scary, positive emotion, fear of engulfment, maybe?
That's fascinating. Avoidance driven by too much feeling, not too little. That explains so much about miscommunication in relationships, doesn't it?
Absolutely. And that misinterpretation cemented Elena's defenses. Her deep distrust of men, it wasn't just Logan, it goes deeper.
Right, the source ties it back to her father, the lawyer who left.
Abandoned his Mexican-American wife and 2 daughters, Elena and her younger sister, Gabby, when Gabby was born. Just ended his slumming phase, went back to his privileged life.
Ouch. And Elena was, what, 18? She basically had to step up and raise Gabby.
Yes. So independence wasn't just a choice, it was forced on her. It became her survival mechanism, her whole identity.
I have only myself to depend upon, and Gabby is depending on me too. That quote says it all. Accepting help feels like failing.
Which is why she refuses the $1,000 kiss, right? It feels like pity, like charity. It undermines that carefully constructed independence.
So how does Logan get past that? He clearly wants to help them.
He gets clever. He finds out Gabby paints, and he buys one of her paintings.
Which one?
The one titled Elena in Bed.
Okay. Bold move.
And he uses that purchase as leverage, a transaction. He says, okay, I bought this valuable painting, so how about you live rent-free in my Victorian while your place is fixed from the earthquake damage?
Ah, so he frames the help as an exchange, not charity.
Exactly. He finds a way around her armor by making it a deal, something her independent self can accept, sort of.
And that gives him proximity, a chance to see behind the Frost Queen mask.
And he finds out she's actually quite fragile underneath it all. Exhausted, obviously. She secretly cries about the kissing booth failure.
And the source mentioned she was a virgin.
Yes. When they finally become intimate, it shows just how total her emotional and physical defenses were. That armor was comprehensive.
Wow, okay. The story uses these little side plots too, right? Like Logan's ex.
Oh yeah, Cynthia Halstead, the model. She shows up just to announce she's marrying the gardener. Nikki, let me care for your lawns, LeGrand.
Ah, and why is that significant?
It kind of validates Logan's choices, doesn't it? His breaking up with Cynthia, choosing his passion project over the expected path. It showed Cynthia she needed passion too, not just comfort. It reinforces that Logan's messy, authentic path is the right one for him.
It sets him up to handle Elena's messiness.
Exactly. Which he needs, because things get really messy in the third act. Family chaos erupts.
Logan's trying to simplify his life, and then his mother moves in.
Yep. Separating from his dad, trying to get his attention. It mirrors all the family expectation drama Logan's been fighting.
So Logan has to confront his own family issues first.
Pretty much. He's found his voice now, partly thanks to Elena igniting that beast of passion in him. He finally tells his dad off, stop being a jackass, and tells his mom to demand what she actually wants.
He has to dismantle his own lifetime of compliance before he can truly challenge Elena's defenses.
That's a great way to put it. He needs that internal alignment first.
But Elena faces an even bigger blow, doesn't she? From her sister, Gabby.
Oh, yeah. This one is brutal. Gabby drops the bomb. She got into the acting school for art, not pre-med.
Which was Elena's dream for her. The path Elena had basically engineered.
Right. This wasn't just changing majors. For Elena, this felt like betrayal, a rejection of everything Elena worked for, sacrificed for.
But Gabby's accusation goes even deeper, based on the source.
It does. Gabby says Elena was using my life to prove to people how untouchable, how unbeatable the O'Briens are.
Oof.
Yeah. Slap in the face to our father. Basically accusing Elena of using Gabby's future as a weapon, as proof against the man who abandoned them.
So Elena's driving motivation, her sacrifice, is reframed as selfish, controlling.
Precisely. Her entire system of proxy control, achieving success and invulnerability through Gabby, just crumbles. It forces Elena to see her own motives might not have been as pure as she thought.
That's devastating. Her whole worldview, shattered by the person she sacrificed everything for.
It's often those closest to us who can deliver those kinds of truths, isn't it? The ones that finally break through the armor.
So in the middle of all this emotional wreckage, Logan comes back.
He does. He tells her he loves her. And what's her first reaction?
Default setting. Love doesn't last. Back behind the shield.
And right then, in that moment of peak emotional turmoil, the shoebox falls.
Her college project with Fred and Wilma.
The eggs.
Yeah.
Sash.
All over the floor. The symbolic babies. The symbols of her planned, controlled, capable future.
Shattered. It's the necessary breakdown, isn't it? The symbolic death of the old way, the controlled way. You have to hit bottom before you can rebuild.
So the proxies are gone, the illusion of control is gone. What now?
Now Logan steps up. He's faced his own demons, confronted his family. He realizes the intensity Elena brings out in him, that beast.
Is the best of what you release in me. It's what makes me feel alive. He embraces it now, instead of running from it like he did 11 years ago.
Exactly. So he orchestrates the ultimate redo, the perfect structural fix for the original trauma.
He goes back to her place.
At 7 p.m., the exact time he stood her up, wearing a tux, holding the exact corsage he failed to give her back then.
White baby roses, sapphire blue ribbon. Wow. That's not just romantic. That's psychologically precise.
It's closing the loop. It's fixing the past event that warped her present. He says simply, I love you.
And she still tries to push him away, doesn't she? The habits are strong.
They are. So Logan pulls out the final key. He knows her. He knows she can't resist a challenge.
He speaks the title.
Mad enough to marry me.
Appealing directly to her competitive spirit, her need to prove she can.
He knew her well enough, knew she could resist vulnerability, maybe even love, but not a dare, not a challenge to her core identity of being capable.
And that's what finally gets through. Her realization isn't just about love.
It's about trust. That's the word the source emphasizes. Trust. That this man would do whatever he must to have her.
And because he would fight that hard, that's why her heart would be safe. The trust replaces the need for control.
Beautifully put. The fight proved his commitment in a way gentle words couldn't.
So this whole deep dive into Logan and Elena, it really shows how those old wounds, those deep-seated fears not being good enough, being abandoned, dictate everything.
Yeah, they create these elaborate defenses. The Frost Queen persona, the workaholism, rejecting help, it all serves that original pain for years, decades even.
And the big takeaway seems to be, sometimes talking isn't enough.
Sometimes. Sometimes dismantling that kind of heavy-duty emotional armor needs something more dramatic, a challenge. A grand gesture that structurally corrects the original wound, like Logan's prom redo.
That explosive force was needed to finally bypass all her logical defenses and create that foundation of trust.
And it's wild how both their major life choices, Logan leaving the family business, Elena's fierce independence, were driven by and ultimately resolved because of that one single night, the prom.
A miscommunication that echoed for 11 years.
So maybe the thought to leave you with is this. We've seen how these characters poured a decade of energy into defenses based on a misunderstanding.
Where might you be doing that? What choice are you making today? Career, relationship, just a habit that's secretly driven by some old hurt, some unresolved thing from maybe 10 years ago?
Maybe it's time to figure out what your Fred and Wilma are, and maybe let them smash, find the structural fix.